the YMCA began as a space of belonging, where young people who were feeling lost could find that safe space to belong. And there were people who create that space for them, where they could meet and do what they wanted to do. They were not harassed at all. And over years, YMCA continued to be that space. So when I think about YMCA, when people ask me about YMCA, the first thing that I say clearly is about is a space. It's a safe space. It's an enabling space. It's an inspiring space where young people just feel they belong. That's how it started. And in many of those places, the YMCA is the voice of the voiceless, because in many places, the young people cannot raise their voice on anything. And so you have a campaign, you have the relationship with the government. It's not the case in many other YMCA. You cannot talk to the government. These are brutal powers, brutal regime, when you cannot say what you think. It's about day and life, to be able to say we want the voice of young people to be heard. You are putting their life in danger. But YMCA have been that space. In many places, YMCA organize. You know, when you go to South Africa, the uprising in Soweto, it starts from the YMCA, where the people were meeting, plotting overnight. But the YMCA give them that space. In many other places, like in north of Nigeria or in Gambia, I could give you a few of those African examples because I'm still transitioning from Africa to the world. The YMCA is where there is the riot in the community between the Christian and the Muslim. They will never touch the YMCA, because at the end, this is where they will go and meet and discuss and build peace and go back and talk to their community. So this space, inviting space, working with displaced, marginalized, and oppressed, that have been always at the heart of our agenda. So for those who think that, yes, you will have create, start this question, your spaces, the YMCA are very welcoming space for young people, that they can come and find that space that they belong, that's their space. We have many decades of success behind us, many achievements we should be proud of, huge, the brand, the YMCA. But now we are going towards another reality called the fourth industrial revolution. We are creating in the first one, and now we are in the fourth one. And we know all that in 2019, today, when we are talking, the whole world, and Australia included, we are going through profound disruption. We are being disrupted. And it's impossible to resist to that disruption. And the world that is unfolding is constantly producing wars. You know, the US government have been paralyzed for days because they want to put a wall. The wall is just physical, but there are many other walls that are being created and we cannot even see them. That's how the world is producing. You, the us and them, separating people, disfranchised people. Many people are living on the roadside. It's not visible here. For the first hours I spent in Australia, I could not see, but if you go to many other countries, you'll see those who are and those who are not. It's not necessarily they have and they have not. Because as one say, we are comfortable talking about the have and the have not. But the situation is changing, is the one who are and those who are not. Recent development in the world producing massive migration and refugee crisis. People are not feeling safe where they are, and they are looking for other place where they could feel more comfortable. Not only between outside, but also inside the countries. But what this is generating, we have the rise of the white wing. No, don't want to give you the famous example of the USA. On Italy, the right wing is winning. Voted by who? By young people, generally. Brexit, and many other things. I don't know the political situation in Australia deeply, but that's an opportunity for me to know a little bit more. But when we see this, the reality, how things are changing around the world, you know that the young people stop believing in system, believing in institution. They have been over and over disappointed by our system and our institutions. I mean, those great Australian young guys in Davos, they are the global citizens. They have been funded by Australian young people. So young people, they organized a concert in South Africa in celebration of Mandela. They raised $1 billion. $1 billion. All right, that's young Australian people. Say they don't believe on the current institution. They are finding their own way. And those young guys are able to mobilize the powerful, the politicians to commit to a cause. And the YMCA is nowhere to be found. Now, as the YMCA, I'm going to say, can we work together? The world is upside down.